gigantic statue and asked all the world to come and pay obeisance to that statue. But within that civilization, there were 3 boys that stood and made a decree that they will not bow because they feared God more than they feared the wrath of Nebuchadnezzar. You know, church, our time is coming. Yes, when we will have to decide who we fear most of all. Whether we fear God or fear man. That time is coming. Well, just as how Egypt went out of existence as a world of power, Babylon also went out. And there came the Medes and the Persians, a time in which Esther lived. You see, in all of these eras, God has somebody there. And you know how Esther stood up for her people and would not do things or create situations that she knew that God would not be pleased with. She advocated for her people, and she created a fast. And the man who wanted to destroy the nation himself was destroyed with his family. But the Medes and the Persians went out. They all lasted for a number of years. But we don't even hear about them anymore. Then you have others that came on the scene. You have the Greeks. You read about them. Another world power. And I don't know how much we know about Alexander the Great. But he was a warrior. He was a world conqueror. And he brought nations together under the Greeks. The Greeks were also a dominant force in the world some time ago. But they went out of existence. We don't see them or we hardly talk about them anymore. They reigned and they lasted for a little while. And then came the mighty Romans. Oh yeah. The Romans went about and established themselves, and they were more fierce than all the others before them. They trod down and they conquered and they ruled. And many of the Christian rites we see going on around today that people are practicing came out of the Romans. When Daniel 7:25 said that we shall think to change times and laws, it was the Roman powers. But as brutal as they were, we hardly hear about them anymore. They get gone out of existence. How they went down, they got it poured up, they're out. And in our modern times, we talk about Spain, the Spaniards. You read about Queen Isabella, who gave to one of our servants 3 ships to go find out what the world outside here is. And they ruled for a while, but we hardly hear anything about them anymore. And then came the Anglo-Saxon, mighty Great Britannia. And they ruled waves for a little while. They had power, and they thumb over the seas, take all the little islands like ours, enrich themselves. And it would appear that the sun never set where they are concerned. Britannia ruled the waves, but you don't hear much about them anymore. They have to give up their little islands, and they have to, right now they're trying to survive. And the point of this church is that there we have in the United States, who profess to be the most powerful nation on earth at this time. But I want to let you know today, just as our others have left, they're on their way out themselves.
That's right, that's right.
You see, they all have to make way. They all have to give up
Come greater King.
and make way for him that is yet to come.
Yes, sir.
You know, the world today is set on a bound. They think that he is the guy with the magic wand.
Yes, sir.
He's going to make every little crooked path straight. And all the impoverishness that they have, he's going to turn into prosperity. But I want to let you know today that God has his hands in the affairs of men.
Yes, sir.
The Bible tells us in the book of Revelation that a quarter of the world's population,
Sir.
1/4 of the world's population shall die from starvation.
Sir.
And those who do not die from starvation will be killed with the sword. When the Bible speaks about sword in prophecy, it talks about any lethal weapon.
Yes, sir.
And right now, you see, even our little island, people are being cut down every day. I heard on the news just a few days ago, over 70 already. 70 persons already. And we are still in the month of January. Has been cut down, murdered. So, the Lord himself, all this will continue to happen.
Yes, sir.
It will continue to happen. It doesn't matter what our Prime Minister tried to do. For he's been trying, yes. And all the experts are trying. And they bring about different means and methods. Trying. But the more they try, is the more it escalates.
Yes, sir.
They don't have the tool. All the world everywhere is trying. Things are breaking out, things are happening. I heard just this week the Minister of Labor, Colonel Charles, saying that right now, as we are here in 57 nations of the world, people are fighting for food. And there is a tsunami coming. And he said that the high of it is already over Jamaica. He's warning the nation. Look out. There are some rough times ahead. There's a rough road ahead. Church, there's a rough road ahead, but God will take care of his people. He said in the scriptures, in the time of famine, he shall hide thee in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide thee. We don't know what means or method that God is going to use. But God knows what he's going to do. And everything is going to be all right. God is about to make all things new. He's about to bring a change. You know, I don't know how many of us have heard the term a new world order. It's a term that governments have been using. But I don't know what new world order they have in mind. But I know that God is going to establish a new world order. And when he establishes his new world order, many of the governments won't be around. They won't be a part of that government. But you and I